Well, hello, people. It is our brunch hour. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are doing the brunch thing. Let me just get myself set up here. Uh, it's a lot of fun. All right, I'm almost ready. Oh, goodness. I've got to also do one other thing. Real. Excuse me. Told myself I was not going to cough today because um, I've been taking such good care of myself. Let's see what funds we had. Oh, this is the one I wanted to do. Was the policing one. Okay, now I'm ready to rock and roll. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Beautiful. Beautiful. Well, hello, everyone. Boy, have I been busy. I have been busy, busy, busy. A busy, busy bee. I got up at 3:30, did my mantras, and then I promptly went to work cleaning my apartment. I've been organizing I'll give you a nice picture of me. There you go. I've been organizing my medicinary and my bookshelf and just deep cleaning. Got a new HIPAA filter in. I swear every time I open the door to the outside, I get a pile of leaves and stuff that have to be swept. So, yeah. Cheers, everyone. Oh, does it need to go that way? Maybe it needs to go this way. I don't know. Um, how is everybody? How is everybody doing? Let me give gratitude to everybody that's here. Oh, hi, Wendy. This is not personal readings day. It's the open, but I'm so sorry to hear that your brother is sick. Sending blessings to you. But we don't do personal readings on Sundays, Wendy. I'm sorry. You could come in if you need to see me. I am back in the office tomorrow. Hi, Teresa. Good to see you. Hi, Villa Verde, Elsie, Sue Malik. Hey, Heather. Hi. At At the heart of it. Oh, nice name. Blanche Le Couture, hello. Barbara Piper, Chris Crowdist, Goddess Val, Donna Andrews, Molly Thrasher, hello. Colleen is in the house. Rose Blue, Sandy Delilah, thank you for your memberships. They are much appreciated. Chris Crowdis, thank you for your membership. Joel Tilson, thank you for your membership and your help today. Uh, there's a lot going on. If people could like and subscribe, we're going to talk about future events. There's some crazy, crazy going on. It looks like Google uh, has gave $1 million to the police equity that we had been running. We ran that. We started that, and then we got. I guess Google decided to donate over $1 million to our fundraiser. So that was cool. If you would like to donate to the Center for Policing Equity to End Racial Profiling and Injustice, then this is a great charity to give to. And I have a couple more announcements. I want to give a shout out to everybody that sends gifts. I don't always remember to send thank you cards, so please forgive me. Ruth Pearl did this beautiful picture of me. I absolutely love it, and it will be framed and put somewhere very special, along with her picture of Mila and all the other cool gosh darn it, amazing things that Ruth Pearl has created. She's a wonderful artist. I wish I had some contact information. Um, if Ruth is in the house, if anyone would like to find out about her artwork, I really love her stuff. And I'm getting rather vain because a lot of you draw pictures of me and then I put it on my walls and then I get to look at myself. Ah, me, 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 me. Or my kitty, both of which are equally pleasing. Yes. So thank you very much, Ruth. I love the picture and it will be framed. Thank you. To the person who sent the Palo Santo quartz crystal candle, I've already started using it. Thank you so much. If you are the person that sent the Palo Santo quartz candle, let us know so that we can thank you. Um, mm, oh my God, that smells so good. You know what it smells like? It smells like a really sexy man with a really good cologne. It has a real yang smell to it. It smells like a man's cologne and it's expensive. Like, going to dinner at an extremely expensive restaurant and the guy is wearing this. It's got a little bit of a hint of sandalwood in it. And yeah, so delish. Absolutely wonderful. I have been using it. So whoever you are, thank you so, so much. All right, moving on to other announcements. As Debbie, creative director Debbie, she is a performance coach, personal. She's a talent manager and a creative director for YouTube, Facebook for people who are promoting their businesses. She has done a wonderful job for me, including creating the fan book pages for the Oracle of Whimsy. Please check them out. And if you become a member once a month, we select a winner who gets a free reading with me, Miss Wonderful. Yeah. So that'll be fun. Thank you, Debbie, for organizing that. I wanted to give a shout out for our Book of the Month Club by T.A. Mclaughlin, The Love of Tayamni. And Debbie, again, has been kind enough to give all of the wonderful links. If you'd like to join us, she will be hopefully in the studios with us Tuesday at 6 p.m. where we will be interviewing her about the book. It's a science fiction book. It also involves time travel, UFO. It's just such a good book. And I'm enjoying it quite a bit. So please check that out. If you are a writer and you would like us to feature your books here at the channel Oracle of Whimsy for our Taco Tuesday Book of the Month Club, please send your book to Dr. Whimsy Anderson, ND, 1819 Southwest 5th Avenue, Portland, Oregon, Suite 116-97201. And the information is usually below. I don't think I put it below this video, but most videos have the address 1819 Southwest 5th Avenue, Suite 116, Portland, Oregon, 97201. Send us a copy, and who knows, you may become selected for our Book of the Month Club. Okay. The two books that I am reading, in addition to that, which I mentioned, people want to know what the books are. Matthew Wood, my favorite herbalist, The Shamanic Herbal, which I absolutely love. And also the Wim Hof Method by Wim Hof about the power of hydrotherapy, etc., both of which are excellent books. So those are my books. And now I'm going to tell you about my brunch, and then you can go ahead and tell me about yours. I'm having a medicinal tea with honey, and this one is specific for women who suffer from hot flashes. Gosh darn it, part of my hot flashes, I think, are just being a woman of a certain age. So to get the hot flashes down, I'm doing a combination tea of black cohosh, red clover, dong quai, uh, a little bit of clove because I like the flavor, some mullein for my cough, and also I put in some yellow dock because I do think part of my cough might be GERD, and yellow dock is used to treat GERD. And thank you to Matthew Wood for teaching me that. So, and I put a little honey in there. I think I put something else in there too. I can't remember what it was, but licorice. Yes, licorice as a mover, which is also cooling. Cheers, everyone. And the taste is very nice. The taste is very, very nice. So that is my medicinal tea. Please let everyone hear. We have 239 people at the table. Please be sure and say hi to everyone at the table. Let us know who you are, where you. This table is extended to the four corners of the earth, and we'd like to know where you are at the table, what you eating, what you drinking, who are you. Tell us a little bit about yourself and introduce yourself to all around to everybody here. Cheers, everyone. Okay. We've got a couple of questions about the remote views up to this point, and I'm happy to answer people's questions about what I've seen. Then we can do the empath prayer, and then why am I? Oh dear, my cards are not here. Let me take a moment. I was cleaning, and I moved my cards. Hold on a sec, darlings. If you love being an old-fashioned doctor as much as I do, and you want to learn about the healing ways of being an old-fashioned doctor, the best introduction might be Back to Eden by Jethro Kloss. Of course, it was written before antibiotics and vaccines were available for certain conditions like polio, etc. So this is the best they had before all of that. So we want to take that into consideration. I found it very, very funny. I'll share some humor with you that somebody on Quack Watch had said that Jethro Kloss was a quack. Jethro Kloss, who practiced in the 1930s. He wrote this book first in 1935, new edition was 1939. Using old-fashioned Victorian remedies, etc. This guy's a quack. Well, the quack was a Seventh Day Adventist who was, I think, vegan. He said he touched no animal products, so I'm assuming he was a vegan. He felt like animal products had become contaminated by disease, etc. I do recommend some animal products for certain body types. For example, I'm O positive. I need a little animal protein. Sorry, folks. But I try to get it from fish and things like that. But anyway, who do you think the longest living people in the world are? The blue zone, right? The blue zone out of Loma Linda found that the longest living people in the world are Seventh Day Adventists who are following this practice. So the quack is the longest living people in the world. And why are we interested in, as physicians, the Loma Linda study? And why is this so much more interesting than, say, what we found out about Okinawa or Italy or somewhere else, or even Greece? Japan is also interesting because Okinawa studies. But what is so different about the Seventh Day Adventist? Why are they more interesting to anthropologists than, say, the Japan study or the study out of Italy? There's a blue zones in Italy. There's blue zones in Greece. There's one amongst, what are they called, the Harani, something like that, out of Afghanistan. The reason why is because the Seventh Day Adventists do not have the same genetic markers. You can just convert and become a Seventh Day Adventist. So you could be Korean, you could be German, you could be Swedish. The only thing that they have in common is lifestyle. Whereas when we look at the longevity out of Italy, where they eat more meat than other blue zones, we're finding genetic markers associated with longevity. But in the case of a Seventh Day Adventist, we cannot claim that there's any uniformity. If you have an island population like Okinawa, where you have a limited genetic pool and you have genetic drift happening on that island and a specific diet, you have to take into consideration that they may share certain genetic markers, particularly on an island like Ikaria, Greece, or Okinawa, where people may be isolated and you may see certain genetic markers associated with longevity. But that is not the case with Seventh Day Adventist, because the only thing they have in common is that they're Seventh Day Adventist. I remember when I was in medical school, quite a few, excuse me, quite a few of the naturopathic doctors were Seventh Day Adventist, and several were converts to Seventh Day Adventist, including a family from, I think, Korea, missionaries in Korea, missionaries in Europe, missionaries in Africa. So we were meeting Seventh Day Adventists that were Koreans, that were from Africa, Nigeria. So they had no genetic similarity whatsoever, other than the fact that they were living good old-fashioned, eating healthy, clean food, exercising. They were vegetarian and simple living. Love your families, love God, clean living, abstain from drugs and alcohol, give an account and a reckoning of your life. Now, if you're Joel Tilson, then you're going to have pot roast or fried chicken on Sunday dinner. And that sounds absolutely delicious. I was watching a video recently, and they were having some steak, and I thought, I want that steak. Of course, I'm not going to have it. The joy was just in watching other people eat the steak. I don't think I might never eat a steak again, unless I'm at someone's home and they give it to me, and then thank you, I'll receive it and I'll enjoy it. But I don't plan on ever buying a steak, right? But yeah, I do have fish. I think it's beneficial. Today I had French toast and strawberries with real maple syrup. So there you go. I had a little bit of eggs. I don't usually do eggs, but that was my breakfast. What are you all having? You guys having anything fun and tasty? It looks like some of you are getting some really good, yummy, delicious stuff going on. Chicken salad on toasted bread, Goddess Val. Yum, yum. I made the most amazing tuna salad the other day. I put capers in it and tarragon. Delish. Cincinnati, Ohio. Hi, Zelda. I love you too. Intuitive Kathy. Oh my gosh, where are you in a restaurant? She's having eggs Benedict and coffee in Southern Florida. A lot of people watch the show. They put their headphones on and they eat so that, they're not alone. And then we get to have brunch with them. Sure, go to a restaurant. We don't care. We just want to hear who you are and what you eat and drink, and so that we can share the joy with you. Okay, Atherhart Fit just made protein shake. Yeah, protein shakes are important, and I try to have one at least a couple times a week. I do the Protein and Greens by Paradise. It's awesome, and it has those adaptogenic herbs and mushrooms that are so important for health. Mm-hmm. Delish. Looks like Stephanie out of Albania is having some roasted eggplant. That's one of my favorites. And Sarah is a nice spring water. Nice. Good for you. Chickpea flour veggie omelet. Those are yummy as heck. I do like the mung beans. You can make a nice omelet from the mung beans. Slow roasted pot roast. Okay, you know what, Joel? For you, I would eat red meat if I come to your house. That sounds great. I'll bring you flowers. There you go. Rose Blue is having salad with sliced egg. Oh my God. We'll keep looking at what everybody's having as we go along. Oh, wow. Yes, the stranded astronauts. Well, as long as they keep up their physical activity so they don't have bone loss, they should be okay. But it sounds like it's a bit of a drag. I would spend a lot of time doing research and meditating. Um, but there's not really much they can do. You know, maybe the Russians will rescue them and that'll be the big. I was thinking, like, as a peace gesture, we might get some assistance from someone. When I was meditating on it, I was putting myself in the shoes of Russia, wanting to have a ceasefire and a new lease on life, offering to help. Just like during the Cold War, they worked together with the Americans um, to free some of the trapped whales. They were sawing to get the whales out. So these are all peace gestures. So, in answer to your question, if things improve, we could be seeing, as a peace gesture, attempts by Russia to help. And I think that would be wonderful. Yeah. So expect that in the coming days if we can get to ceasefire. Prayer treatment practices, it depends on a person's faith. If you are Catholic, you would do the rosary, and that's very healing, very powerful. The rosary, it's one of the more powerful things. I've learned the rosary, even though I'm Jewish, just because it's a powerful mantra uh, that people can do. The Shema, of course, can be Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, which is the Hebrew, can become a mantra and it can be repeated over and over again. Um, you could do the whole Shema, but it's done very slowly traditionally in mystical circles with your eye closed, and you try to meditate on each word of Shema Yisrael, Adonai Elokeinu, Adonai Echad. God is one. The all-encompassing God is a single God. All of this, all of consciousness is from, that's what you're meditating on, is the oneness of God. So that's a nice, in the Hebrew, in the Jewish tradition, is the Shema, Baruch Shem Kavod Malkuto Le'olam Va'ed. Om Mani Padme Hum is a beautiful mantra from Tibet. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, if the Japanese Nichiren Daishonin. God, there's so many. Avalokitsara, the mantra, the heart mantras, and I like Tin Tan. Is that how you say it? Check out Zen music videos by her, and then that's in the Vajrayana technique, which heavily influences the teachings of heart-centered remote viewing, which is based on Tantra and universal love, and getting people into that space so that we can truly sit in the shoes of another human being. And at the point where we sit in the shoes of another human being, we are able to have a pretty good idea of what their choices are. So our remote viewing, we don't remote view from a distance as an observer. We are the person experiencing we are the experiencer. We are Donald Trump. We are that. We are Putin, looking out at the world as Putin, from Putin's perspective, as I sit as Putin. And I attempt to be Putin. Now, that can be scary for some people if you, people thought that I was never going to come back. You got to break we're praying for you to break your Putin's hold. But by being able to be Putin, we were able to get some vital information about what he was planning, and it was pretty amazing, actually. Um, so HCRV is not the same as the type of remote viewing that other people are doing. It is very specific. You are attempting to have so much empathy that you are literally opening your eyes and you are Brad Pitt. You are Angelina. You are this person. And as I sit here, how do I feel about my marriage? How do I feel about my addiction problems? I don't want to grow up. I don't want to be forced to grow up, right? So that is the difference between HCRV and now many people are afraid to study HCRV because uh, they don't want the personality that is them to be possessed by the personality of someone else. Understand that medium. Somebody doesn't have to die for you to be a medium to channel them. This is another misnomer. If you're a medium, well, they got to die and then I'll channel them. No, you can channel a person whether they're alive or dead. My job is that I channel them. I channel their persona. If they're an enemy, I go back and I tell the West. Now, people have told me, no, you should not be working for the West. You should be neutral. You should not be helping strategy for the DNC. This is who I am. I use my gift for the West. I use my gift for the DNC. This is what I do. Now, I could be confused or lost, but that is that is what I do. Israel is one of those things where, as a remote viewer, you say things that are not politically correct. But the truth of the matter is, the people of Gaza will never have peace if the Philadelphia corridor is not held by the West, which can be a combination of Israel and some kind of Middle East peacekeeping group. But you have to have the Philadelphia corridor can no longer fall into the hands of Hamas. And if it does, we will be right back here in a couple of years, right back bombing Gaza. Because the underlying cause of the problem is that Iran keeps coming in with their proxy armies and firing on Israel. So the only way you could ever hope to give the people of Gaza a fighting chance is if you occupied the area. Now, this is what the United States did in World War II. They took Okinawa and they put permanent bases in Okinawa. And nobody screamed and yelled at them and said, "You're horrible. How dare you have permanent bases in Okinawa?" Because when we had the Marshall Plan in World War II, we understood these people are in a cult. They're worshiping the sun god, right? They're into Shinto, and it's been militarized, and we have to deprogram them. And the only way that that's going to happen is if we can control the situation. And they control the situation by having permanent bases in Japan, not with an intent to oppress anybody, but with the intent to rebuild and create future allies. And so if the international community continues to pressure Israel to leave the Philadelphia corridor, they're basically leaving them to be the victims of Hamas all over again. Hamas, with the help of uh, sympathizers in Egypt, will continue to smuggle in firing on Israel. And once again, Israel will come and have to bomb, and the people will be stuck in the middle, and everybody will blame Israel or they'll blame Hamas, and nothing gets accomplished. You cannot do a rebuild if you do not secure the area. That's just hard math. That's how we did the Marshall Plan in Japan, and that is how we need to do the Marshall Plan in Gaza. It is not politically correct, but it is objective reality. Had we not placed permanent bases in Japan, we would have continued to been hit by kamikazes and everything else, suicide bombers, right? It ended because we were permanently stationed there, and then we did a rebuild where we gave conspicuous acts of kindness to the Japanese people. You remove the cause of the violence and then you engage in conspicuous acts of kindness to heal the people of Gaza, to deprogram them from this cult and give them an option, which is life. But you cannot do that so long as Hamas is there. That's objective reality. So what I have said regarding that is that when I went into trance and looked at it, I did not feel, based on the maps that I did and based on what I gave the IDF, that there was any way whatsoever that you could get to peace without securing the Philadelphia corridor. And so it looked like this. And down here on the bottom is the Philadelphia corridor. And you can see me saying security, security, security. How we work out the security, if it's going to be a combination of Middle Eastern countries and Israel, but you can't build anything so long as people are coming in with rockets bombing you. So this entire area has to be secure. And there has to be cooperation from Egypt. They have to be willing to understand these people are crowded. You have to give them oasis. And that includes building a safe zone here as well. So they give up something, we give up something. Now, in terms of the actual area that we can concentrate, this is a lot of space, and it may be difficult for Israel and her friends in the Middle East to create something like this for all of Gaza, because not all of Gazans want peace with Israel. So instead, you have to start with very small areas or safe zones joined together by a road. We've talked about this, where we are asking for a couple 100,000 remarkable people, Israelis, United Arab Emirates, Saudi, to come, and the people of Gaza, a couple 100,000 remarkable people, that's what we need, to be part of a really exciting experiment. And that is these safe zones. We are going to create heaven on earth in these safe zones. We want to take care of you. We want to help the people of Gaza. We want to love your children, but you've got to stop firing at us. And if we can secure this area, then we can create these pockets of safe zones where everyone takes a pledge. We're looking for the most remarkable people. Maybe we only get 3% of the Gazans to agree to this. But once you enter, this is when we can begin to talk about education and jobs and partnering, to really give people the kind of life that they deserve, which they're never going to have with Hamas. Because what they did on October 7th, they do every day to the people of Gaza. And that's something that a lot of people in Gaza don't want to talk about. That there's been a lot of sexual abuse, kidnappings, rape, forced marriages, and it's just now coming out. Women that young girls that have gone missing, forced to marry. You don't have a choice when you're dealing with people like that. So the takeaway is that if you want to create a safe zone, if you want to offer something remarkable for remarkable people, and we're talking about starting with, say, 3% of the population, but the good news is that you're still building on the outside. But the remarkable people, the special people, they're the people that want to build a future. And they can take their money and their resources and they can share it with their family out here, which is also controlled. The entire area has security. But this is a special place for special people. And it's much easier to control that because you're not concentrating on all of Gaza. You're focusing on just trying to secure the border between Israel and Gaza, and turning it into a safe zone for remarkable people. So the thesis, the Oasis One thesis, was first shared with the IDF in December, and it was based on many years of research, but we also had Oasis studies out of the Negev. And we got it down to 2 pages, my colleague and I. And then the State Department received a copy and Joe Biden received a copy. And this is the only hope for, I believe, for peace, is that you've got to remove the terrorist and you've got to secure the area. And if you do that, there were 6 problems and they were addressed in 6 ways. If you do that, you will have peace in Gaza and you will have a friendly border with Gaza. But again, it's impossible if you don't secure the Philadelphia Accord. So I'm not a fan of Netanyahu. Don't get me wrong. I'm not a fan. He screwed up. He should have known that October 7th was coming. I don't want to get into that too much, but suffice to say, you cannot do this without securing the Philadelphia Accord. And if we pull out, it would be a death sentence for the people of Gaza. Okay, any questions about that? Not politically correct, but that I went over it a million times. I spent how many decades on it? We cannot help the people of Gaza unless we secure the border. Never going to happen. All right. Yeah, Japan cried when MacArthur left. And wouldn't it be great if we could do something remarkable for some remarkable people? The 3%, give them that great education, give them a beautiful life, give them everything they need so that they can then go back to their families and say, wow, that oasis is remarkable. It's a remarkable place. I have a good salary. I'm safe. My kids are getting educated. And I'm learning a ton. And hey, in another 5 years, I might even get Israeli residency because I went through the Oasis program. So now I can travel anywhere because I got a stamp of approval. Like, I am an A+ person. I've gone through Oasis. I've been educated and I'm a remarkable person. And so, hey, here's the keys to the city. Come visit Israel. We'd love to have you. Bring your kids. Tel Aviv is great this time of year. Wouldn't that be remarkable? Remarkable people doing a remarkable thing. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to go ahead now. We're going to do the Empath prayer. And then after that, I would love to give you a collective reading. Would you all enjoy that? Okay. And if you have any prayer request for any of yourself or family members, please mention it now so that we can include them in our prayer. If there's anybody you need us to pray for, to include in our prayers, let us know and we will include them in our prayers. Get some water before we get started. Cheers, everyone. Your son, Paul? Sure, of course. Okay. I want to call on white light protection for myself and this community as we ask permission from Spirit to access the Akashic records. We call on our spirit guides and our good angels to be with us. Please give us the clarity and the wisdom that is needed to empower all of us on our journeys, to make the best decisions for ourselves, our families, the planet, the people we love, but also to help those that we may have strife with. And together, collectively, as a community, we say, Amen. Amen, everyone. Amen. Amen. May all souls be healed. Amen. All right, let's give you a reading. This reading is for the collective. If it doesn't apply to you, just pass it down the table. It may apply to someone else. It's based on the cards and remote viewing of what Spirit wants you to know at this time. Okay. The first a message that Spirit has is Spirit is talking about you walking, you having a long walk. You took a long walk. You took the long way home. It's been a very long road. You have struggled for a long time. This is a long road you've been on. The base of the matter is heartbreak. So I'm feeling a lot lately of chest pains with people, high blood pressure, pain in the heart, brokenheartedness, shock, grief, and horror in the heart area. Also, tension in the carotid area when I get this kind of inflammation and heartbreak. This stress can raise cholesterol. So it's very important for us to cool ourselves, and be careful not to watch too much stressful stuff that's going to cause stress and inflammation in the body. It's also important that we understand that we are not helpless victims. We have tremendous power. You have tremendous power to change your situation if you believe. If you believe that you can heal yourself, you will heal yourself. But you must also be committed to the life of being a healer. Your base card is I am heartbroken. Many rivers to cross. Many rivers to cross. That's your song today. You can go listen to it later. So you've crossed many rivers, right? You have overcome many things. Your heart is broken, but you and I have the power and are obligated to create a beautiful world for ourselves and share it with everyone else. It is your moral responsibility to create a beautiful world for yourself and share it with the rest of the world. Tikkun olam, the fixing of the world. Calorie restriction, less stressful news. I'm cutting back on my sugar. It's not been easy, but I am doing it. A lot of my cough is gone because I've really worked at air quality I have been practicing medicine, which is why slowly my cough is going away, because I'm removing the cause of the cough, right? But I don't like seeing this inflammation in your heart. I don't like seeing all of this stress here. I want you to be eased of it. Try and go mostly plant-based. If you need to come see me as a doctor, the information is usually below, or maybe Debbie can put it up later. But understand that your karma card is the magician, which means that you have the tools in order to do anything, including the miraculous. You know, Ricky Lake, she was obese and they said, "Oh, we're going to give you Ozempic." And she said, "No, you're not." "Oh, you can't do it on your own. You can't do it on your own." "Yes, I can." She went plant-based mostly, and she did it on her own because she's an adult and she took responsibility for her health, and then she fixed her health. So you have the power to overcome whatever your heartbreak is. Now is the time to be listening to music that is raising your vibration, listening to higher octave sounds like mantras of Snotnam Kar, and maybe you like Krishna Das or Lorena McKennett, any kind of, or maybe you like more Christian spiritual or gospel. It doesn't matter. The point is that the music should be raising you up. Be aware of what's coming in, and be aware that you're not a victim anymore. If you were in the past, you maybe you thought that because you were helpless as a child and you forgot how powerful you are. But trust me, your karma card is the magician. Your mind, if you can get control of your mind, is more powerful than you realize. You can be an instrument to make heaven on earth if you so choose. The poverty mindset, the poverty mentality. The poverty mentality is when we think we only get uh, the very least. Will you save me a few crumbs? Maybe we learned early on not to ask for what we need, not to fight for what we need. Walking away from the poverty mindset to get into the light. What do I need to do to change my internal belief systems? Do I think that I have a right to a nice, clean home? Yeah, I love smooth jazz too. Smooth jazz can calm me. It can take me to worlds, right? Um, the point is that they're trying to get into the church and they're locked out. Are there any behaviors or actions? Are you giving yourself an account and a reckoning? Just like Dr. Whimsy, right? I have to give myself an account and a reckoning. I get up at 3:30 and I give myself an account and a reckoning. How did I screw up? How did I do good? How can I do better? So the Five of Pentacles comes to you. You are trying to get into the light. You have the tools. You know what to do. It is up to you. Do not underestimate your power. Archangel Michael, the sword of truth, is over you. It's like a clean, clear vision of what you want for yourself. If the archetype of Michael doesn't work for you, think of it as just an energy of truth, or the ability to cut through the BS and to aim high, not to be down. Remember how negative I was for years? And I don't know how you guys put up with me. I made a conscious decision. I made a conscious decision. I'm not going to vibrate down there anymore. It's like, this is really toxic. I'm going to keep my vibration high and go forward, go forward, go forward. I can't be responsible for whatever choices somebody else makes. I got to go forward in life, right? So the truth is with you. The ability to cut through your own BS and other people's, and continue to aim high. Aim for the best outcome for yourself and for everyone else. And get away from things that drag you down. The Five of Pentacles. What is above you at this time? Knowledge and understanding. Chachma and Bina in Hebrew. Wisdom and understanding. She comes with the Torah and she is ready. If you want to get higher, you have to make the determination, I'm going to go higher. I'm not going to continue to wallow around smoking weed and eating Cheetos at night, or Amy's cheese fish crackers, or bunnies. The bunnies. The fish crackers are different. Those are Pepperidge Farm, and they're awesome. Awesome. Though I think I like the bunnies from Amy's better. The point is this: I have been where you are at. She has the moon on her head, so that is the hidden knowledge, right? She's draped in the night. The blue is from the night, and she is studying the hidden mysteries. So always keeping yourself, how can I get higher? How can keeping your home clean, getting rid of clutter, let it go, let the clutter go, throw it out if it doesn't serve you. Get back into the high vibration, the high mantras, the higher learning education. You see this juxtaposition here between your third and fourth house? What you sit in is knowledge, conflict of knowledge. It's like I have maybe 50 books in my home that I collected, probably more like 100, on the healing arts, and I've never read them. I just wanted to have the book. I'm finally sitting down and reading the books. This travels light, by the way. I'm going to freaking read. I'm going to memorize this like a Bible, because this quack lived a long life, and so do his friends, like the longest in the world. So that's pretty good for a quack, right? I'm just joking. I don't really call him a quack, but this is some good medicine, and this is not even an expensive book. I think I bought it used for $5. I'm telling you, give your life over to something great and positive, and give yourself permission to be an empowered person. I don't like the inflammation. I don't like that inflammation. I want you to get off the carbs, except for the complex carbs. Now, I'm not talking keto. I'm just saying reduce the sugar and the wheat. If you could just reduce the sugar and wheat, don't give it up entirely. But look at this. You're entering into the sixth house. But you've already decided it, by the way. You already made a spiritual commitment to God, the goddess, God consciousness. A new beginning has already happened. You're already headed to the fifth dimension. Look at this. Your fifth house, Archangel Uriel Ali. He goes aggressively forward. He's brave. The salamander. It's a time of change. He's dressed in the salamander. A change is gonna come. Yes, and knowledge awaits you. This is higher school and education. And look at this. Mastery is yours. I want to be the best damn old-fashioned doctor I can be. I want to know those herbs inside and out. I want to know this guy inside and out, and cold pepper inside and out, and glass. I want to read every single, because I'm back in my purpose. I was in a dark, negative place. Years of floating around in a negative headspace. Bardo is what it's in the Tibetan concept. But I have a choice. I don't have to be sitting around self-pitying. Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. Have you looked at your freaking life, Whimsy? You're on your way to Ireland next week. It's like, I just got back from Sweden, and before that I went to Japan twice. What the hell? You're a victim of what? Come on, Whimsy. You got everything you ever wanted. Well, yeah, I did. So really, I'm just being self-indulgent if I can't enjoy the wonderful life I'm creating for myself and share it with all of you. And I want that for you as well. Mastery is yours. Everyone is called to be a master. Look at these cards. Look at this. You must be a master. Start with healing your own life. Well, where do I begin? Know yourself. What is the best diet for you? What is the best prayer for you? What resonates for you? Do you like the Sikh mantras? Do you get called to the Sufi prayers? Do you like smooth jazz as much as I do? It's all good. It's about being authentic and finding out what feeds your soul. Become the master of yourself. God, I can't believe these cards. This is an education card, exchange of ideas. It has to do with theater and acting too, by the way. The great ensemble, mastery, education here. And you've already made the decision. All you have to look at this, a business person. Be about your business, child. As Miss Mabel says, be about your business, child. Why are you over there worrying about what that child's doing? What business is that of yours? You get back and you do your homework. You get back and do what you have to do. Be about your business, child. You have no control over the fact that Tommy is deciding to go and skip school, play hooky, right? Tommy went off and played. Tommy went off. What's business is that is yours? Tommy's going to get his. He's not going to. He's not going to make it to college. He's screwing his life up, right? You wasting time. You can call people out on their crap. You can sue them if you have to. But other than that, you have to get back to your own business because you have no control over what little Tommy's doing, or Joe, or Bob, or Michael, or David, or Sally, or Mary, or Polly, or whoever, right? It doesn't matter. All you have control over is your own business. Your opposition is devastated, stabbed in the back multiple times, taken out. Your enemies have already destroyed themselves. It's not fun to watch people who are negative fall apart. The truth of the matter is, what is it, Schadenfreude? Is that how you say it? Is a terrible thing. I'm not enjoying watching the fall of Putin. He's going to have to go to Siberia, by the way. He's got to, in case you guys want to know how this ends. They already said in the remote, they're not extraditing him to the United States, so let it go. Or to Europe. They will never hand him over to the West. It's just not going to, they don't do that. But what they will do is send him to Siberia. He's got a very nice, it's not a prison, it's a beautiful castle in in a beautiful part of Siberia. But I can tell you, our enemies are already defeated. If that, 1111. That's a really good friend of mine, a brilliant musician. Because you went higher, you went to the fifth dimension. You said, I'll take it. I'll take it. Sorry you couldn't come with me. The world cannot afford any more parasites, any more selfish people. Me, 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 right? I'm a victim. Don't be a victim. If you're a victim, it's a sign you got a personality disorder. Nobody's a bigger victim than a sociopath. Oh, woe is me. Kamala. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. What is that? That's her thanking the millions and millions of people that are going to be voting for her. Sorry, Donald. No, I don't have Schadenfreude. I'm worried about his mental health. I think he's sick too. He's physically sick. So we don't need to rejoice in that, or the fact that Putin has to go into exile. I don't think that they need to assassinate him. I think he just goes into exile. Then maybe they'll assassinate him. They're pretty desperate to get rid of the guy. But they're already defeated because they made their bed and now they're lying. There's only one place. You can either go higher and say, I am the magician. I take complete responsibility and I'm choosing life. I set before you life and death, therefore choose life. The purpose of your existence is to make this world heaven on earth. And then when we complete it and it becomes heaven on earth, we can then go on and incarnate to the next planet and do it all over again. That's the path of the Bodhisattva. And to have the compassion of bodhicitta, right? Where we truly feel empathy, even for those we may have strife with. Your hope and fear. You are terrified of the outside world. Four of Pentacles. You're also terrified about your financial situation. The things of this world have to be dealt with. You must deal with your finances. This is why we say give yourself an account and a reckoning and remove anything that you cannot financially afford. If you can't afford it, get rid of it. Get rid of the hoarding. This is ridiculous. I am an adult. Let it go. If it does not serve me, it has to go. Your junk is somebody else's treasure. Oh, no, you're giving your problem to somebody else. No, you aren't. Thrift stores are great. I could really use this. You might have 5 wooden bowls. I have none. Let's barter. Let's, let it go, let it go, let it go. 4 of Pentacles. You're holding on too tight. Does this serve you? Does this subscription serve you? I hope if you've subscribed here, I hope it served you. If not, then maybe it's time to unsubscribe. I hope you don't, but I only want you to subscribe if you feel the channel serves you. Because I just want to serve and I just want to get to the higher level, right? And if we all do that, then we are pretty freaking remarkable people. But you're holding on too tight. You're holding, oh, thank you, Christopher, for the donation to the Center for Policing Equity. It's very grateful. The entire world is not evil. We think that because we watch the news and then we find out about this psychopath and that psychopath. And then we forget about the other 90-something%, right? So be aware of the constriction card. Now, it's not totally bad, the Four of Pentacles, because the Four of Pentacles is also about look in the mirror, look in the mirror. If you want to get to the kingdom of heaven, in the background, you see a beautiful city. You must first examine the nature of your own existence. Now, that goes back to Buddhism. If you wish to escape the cycle of old age, sickness, and death, you must first understand the nature of your own existence. If you want to escape the cycle of old age, sickness, and death, it starts with examining yourself, self-examination. So we may fear self-examination. We may fear seeing our shadow. But ultimately, it is the way out. And the final outcome for you is Archangel Gabriel. The things of this world, the Bodhisattva, you are to be in this world. You are to take a piece of heaven and bring it into this world, not to just float off and say, I'm out of here. No, we want you to do work in the world, day-to-day work, whether it's as a musician, an artist, a philosopher, a writer, a nurse, a teacher, a house cleaner, a barber, a hairstylist. It doesn't matter. The point is that you're doing it from a place where you do it to the best of your ability. You master that skill and you produce something that is non-toxic to the earth, that lifts people up. And then that is how you complete your destiny here on earth. And then when we have created heaven on earth here, we can then move on to, in Buddhism, we talk about other planets. We are bodhisattvas of this earth, but when the work is completed, we will incarnate our consciousness into other realms, some of which will be pretty hellish, but that's okay. Our job is to turn hell into heaven because we have the choice to do so. And we are intelligent enough to know what we should and shouldn't be eating. Final outcome also, if you're looking for a job, many of you will be okay financially and could be getting work relatively soon because Page of Pentacles is coming in. So there's jobs coming in. And that's because there's just a lot of jobs coming in. October, I see a ton more work coming. Everything is better in October. I don't know why that is. Take the swords away from those that would harm you. Your opposition clarified. It could be selfish or greedy people. The King of Pentacles can sometimes be mysterious. He doesn't always tell you what he's up to, but he's also holds on to his coin. The dark aspect of the King of Pentacles can be greed. You could be in a situation or a relationship with somebody in the past where you gave and they did not. Hopes and fears. You fear what you will become when you let it all go. The Queen of Swords puts the past behind her. She just goes forward. She's just focusing on how do I keep going higher and higher and higher? I've grieved enough. I cannot change the past, but I sure as heck can change the future and just keep going high. Just keep going higher. And the final outcome for you is do not be overwhelmed by what you receive. 9 of Wands could be that when you start getting into these higher vibrations, you may feel like it's just too much. So just if the universe is giving you too many downloads, just you can slow it down a little bit. It's okay to be a little bit of a hermit and to be a quiet, solitary person. 9 of Wands is like, I don't want the entire world to be shining down. It's okay. I'm like that too. I also tend to be a bit of a hermit at one day at a time. Anyway, that is your reading, and I hope it spoke to some of you and gave you some guidance. If you need a private reading with me, you can find the information below. Or if not, somebody will put it up. All right. So we're going to go ahead and do some blitzes. I guess we're running overtime because we gave a long community reading today, didn't we? Heal the World Song. Oh, that's nice. Oh, it's your birthday month. Happy birthday, sweetie. Yeah, a lot of people feel like it's too late for Trump because early voting is starting next month. We're already into September. And so um, people are doing really creepy, stupid things like, I don't even want to bother, but just trying to twist facts and things to get people to vote for Trump. But I think it's pretty much not going well for them. The town of Rostov is on fire. 7 days oil storage burning. Russia's running RR tanks. Yeah, they've destroyed their a lot of their infrastructure. We'll take a look quickly at the Ukrainian army's take on what's going on with the Ukrainian army entering Russia. They are now 100 miles from striking distance of St. Petersburg with medium range missiles. They're 100 miles away, or 100 kilometers, excuse me, from using medium range missiles at St. Petersburg. So, and they have bases in St. Petersburg, but they emptied them out because they sent them to the front. So it's not as defended as it should be. That's the problem for them. Okay, let's see. No, there's no deal as far as Zelensky's. You have to have complete withdrawal from Crimea and all of Ukraine. No deal. Four of Cups. Zelensky will not take any deal other than completely leave. Two of Pentacles. They're back and forth. Well, maybe we could leave for now and then come back later. It's like a Two of Pentacles debate. There's a new time. There's a new day coming for Russia. And then the final outcome is Ukraine wins. And Six of Wands is there. Could go another 6 months, but it looks like Ukraine wins. It's not the same as when the Germans went in, because the Germans were defeated because they were stretched too thin. They were fighting against the West, and they stretched themselves too thin, and that was ultimately what cost the Russians. However, in this particular case, Ukraine has the help and assistance of the West, and they are not fighting on multiple fronts. And that's the big difference between World War II, when they defeated the Nazis, and the Ukrainians. The Ukrainians are being assisted, not fighting the West. And so for that reason, they're in a much better situation than the Germans were. The situation is transformed rather quickly. And then you have 10 of Cups over Russia, hopes and fears, the new dawn. And we could see them negotiating a ceasefire within 3 weeks. You can see the building blocks. And of course, we read Pentacles as weeks. We've talked about that in class. We could be seeing a contract or a potential ceasefire within 3 weeks, just because you've got this new opportunity, transformation, and then celebrations in Russia, the karmic wheel coming to end, and Three of Pentacles moving into final 10th position. Yeah. I think if they're smart, in the next 3 weeks, we could be seeing them working towards some type of a ceasefire. But with Zelensky presenting as a Four of Cups, I would say that there's no way in hell that Zelensky's going to allow even partial occupation. No, it's entirely. You have to get entirely out, and he's been very good for Ukraine. All right, we're going to go ahead and see if, I'm feeling like Russia could come in and help as a goodwill gesture over the next couple weeks because of how the energy is moving. Let's go ahead and see if the astronauts are going to be okay. I certainly hope so. The concern is organ failure shutting down from zero gravity this long. Could we see organ failure? You know, the health of the astronauts. Archangel Raphael, the healing waters, is associated with health concerns. The karmic wheel, hopes and fears, whether or not they'll be able to get out. And then the final outcome, wisdom. Smart people are trying to figure things out. There's a celebration, heavy work. It looks like very smart people are working to get them out. There could be cooperation, possibly with Russia. The lover card came over. So lover is reaching across the aisle, torn between two lovers, right? It can be the enemy, the cheater, right? Lovers, when you reach across the aisle and sound judgment. I think there's a possibility that if we can get to ceasefire with Russia in the next couple of weeks, they could offer assistance. But it looks like it's leaning towards them getting rescued. Scary to be up there that long. Yeah. I was talking to everybody about eat to live and all this other stuff, and poor Joel is sitting there with fried chicken and roast beef. That's some darn good food. It tastes delicious. You know, you have it once a week. Yeah, let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, yeah, we got some good comments about, okay, we're going to check Israel now to make sure that everything's copacetic with the attack that happened. Remember when I had done the remotes on being a Hezbollah fighter, I felt like we're ready to go. We're excited. Like, we've got God on our side. We had no doubt, right? And that made me very nervous because these people are serious. They really want to do this. All right, Israel and Hezbollah war. Hezbollah fighters are, I'm seeing there's a leak northwest. Be careful on the northwest side. There's they're trying to come in from the northwest. Northwest. More manpower. They're very determined. See that Ace of Wands? The enemy, Ace of Wands, watching the northwest. Judgment. Page of Pentacles, Gabriel coming in. It could be that they're trying to create some kind of, Iran could be trying to get out of this, well, we're not going to respond right away, but they do it through their proxy armies because of this need to save face. You can see Israel working very hard, 10 of Wands, and that northwest, my northwest card, he faces west, specifically northwest. The opposition, Ace of Wands with the world. So they're getting a lot. Iran and her allies are funding this. The hopes and fears, judgment, and then a deal of some type. But you can see here the Queen of Swords puts the past behind, and Page of Pentacles, which means that Iran is starting to get a clear impression that if they want to exist as a country, they'd better the West is going to take out Iran. If you look at the 5 phases, yeah. 3 weeks. Either they figure it out, or they're going to take out Iran. It is what it is. If you go back to the phases, we've talked a lot about this. This is what I sent the IDF, but I also sent it to, this was sent December before Christmas. The 3 phases which Biden had already discussed: ceasefire, exchange hostages, and rebuild. But we also have Putin being arrested or house arrest. I think he's probably going to be sent to Siberia. And then 5 would be, we see the dismantling of Iranian leadership, the assassination of Ibrahim Raisi, the taking out of heads of Hezbollah and Hamas, the proxy armies. Yeah. And that there will be no deal between Russia and Iran to get a piece of the pie from any profits from the Abraham Accords, or any future business deals between Israel, Saudi Arabia, and United Arab Emirates, etc. So that's the phases we got based on the remotes, and were sent to the IDF December 23rd, and also to the State Department, Blinken and President Biden around the same time. Okay, do we have time for 1 or 2 more before we close? I work for the West, I'm not neutral. Okay, let's check the banking system. How will the banking system be? Will they try and screw with our banking system? They're trying to screw with our banking system, 100%. You can see here, slow and we're trying to hold everything in place, but look at this, Knight of Swords, war, the impact of war on the banking system's hopes and fears, armistice, and then defending our own. The clarification over it, the war is going to be shut down. And massive jobs, huge amount of jobs starting in the next couple of months, probably in the next 3 months. We'll see a huge opening for new jobs in the United States. Also, the Justice Department is now suing for them overcharging for rents, and multiple states are involved in a class action lawsuit, which means you're probably going to get a drop in your rent in the next whenever. Because they were artificially hiking up rents. So we could all be seeing our rents going down a lot in the coming months, etc., and possibly even getting checks. You can see the situation is resolved within 3 months. Again, for my students, that's a 3-month period. It ends in 3 months, and you can see over the war, clamped down, 2 of Swords. And then hopes and fears, a new beginning with the world. And then we have armistice, 3 of Cups. And then the final outcome here, Page of Pentacles, Archangel Gabriel, who comes to bring the coin and new employment. Yeah, lots of jobs. I think it starts to open up October, November. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, really good stuff. I think that Americans are getting it, and we are starting to understand that global warming is real, and it's okay to vote Democrat, and that seems to be what everybody's doing, because it makes the most sense. It's just the party of sanity versus the party of insanity. Thank you, 11, for becoming a fairy and an angel. Has anybody heard Schadenfreude? Yes. It's you don't want to go there because it's not fun to see Donald Trump collapsing. I don't enjoy it. It's painful to watch. His health is not good, and I'm a doctor. My immediate thought is, okay, you got to get this guy out of heat. I want to get an EKG. I want to find out. I want some imaging on this guy. He's got me nervous. Okay. We all had our social. Yes, I got notified that my social security card ID was taken. How fun is that? Well, let's take a look at the latest on the social security problem. Social security. Is our social security safe? Yes. High priestess is moving into 7th position. They are on it. Yeah. They just extradited someone back to China who stole $14 billion through crypto scams. So the King of Wands is coming. That's a war king. It's an entrepreneurship. It's aggressive. Yeah, it will get resolved. Yeah, everything's fine. Look at that financial stability. Oh, Spirit just told me you guys are getting like a $500 to $1,000 increase on your Social Security in the next couple months. Good for you. Looks like there's going to be a raise on Social Security. Something's coming in. They're going to be talking about it. Yeah. Well, no one can survive on $1,000 a month. So it looks like Social Security is going to go up to meet the demands of, yeah, food vouchers too, which I think is a great idea. EBT cards for seniors, man. Get you an extra $300 a month for your groceries and an extra $500 to $1,000 off your rent, etc. Why not? Wouldn't be particularly difficult for the United States to do that, and it would give people a way to live comfortably. And that looks to be there's something like that moving in the next 2.5 to 3 months. We should be hearing Congress talking about it. Yeah. EBT cards, yeah. They're easy to use, and they should be available to anybody who is on Social Security. Yeah. You just swipe, and you can also put them on your phone. Some people, and they figure out $350 a month for groceries, etc. It's just an easy way to do it. Rental price collusion, yeah, it looks like that. They're going to win the case, and then from what it looks like in the remotes, people will be given money back, and rents will drop. And according to the Akashic Field, in about 2.5 months, we'll be hearing information about Social Security going up and opportunities to request EBT cards for seniors, and that will take a lot of pressure off. Yeah. All right, I had fun. I hope you did too. All right, it was a fun day. We went a little long, but hey, time with you is time well spent. Yeah. All right. Be kind to all so that all will be kind to you too. If you're trying to get in for a reading with me, you can check the information below most of our videos. I'll put it under this video after we close. If you just need a quick 5-minute Wizio, that's just one question. Some of you are asking like 4 or 5 questions. It's a one question 5-minute video. And those I can usually get back to you within a few days. If you want to see me as a doctor, as a naturopathic doctor and medical intuitive, I am that as well. And that information is below as well. I book through Booksy, and then we meet through telemedicine. All right, I'm out of here. Peace out. Be well, everyone. God bless. We'll We'll see you next time. Bye.